your eternal rest. Gyre Vortex!
Look to the heavens.
The Mega Man series is an exciting journey through a future world full of obstacles and opponents. The game has a modern look with hand-drawn sceneries and 3D model characters that allow players to identify with the renowned Blue Bomber. The fighting techniques are both familiar and novel, with the double gear system giving players control over Mega Man's powers. The game has a variety of difficulty options for players of different skill levels, making it appealing to both longtime fans and rookies. Bloodstained Curse of the Moon captures the magic of retro gaming with stunning precision and heart. Every pixel feels like a love letter to the golden era of side-scrollers, yet it brings enough modern polish to feel fresh and exciting. The multiple playable characters add layers of strategy and replayability, while the intense boss battles demand quick thinking and sharp reflexes. Its haunting soundtrack and moody atmosphere pull players deep into its world, a brilliant tribute that stands proudly on its own, delivering pure nostalgic joy. Slime Rancher is a fascinating adventure set in the far, far range, where Beatrix LeBeau, a teenage rancher, sets out on a voyage to an exotic country full of slimes. The game includes a range of difficulties, such as growing crops and raising chickadoos to keep slimes nourished. The Secret Style Pack DLC adds more slime customizing possibilities. Beatrix must also complete daily requests from her other ranchers, which give additional prizes and strengthen community bonds. As she maintains her ranch, she saves money to upgrade her backpack, build more corrals, and grow her business. Little Noah Scion of Paradise is a charming roguelite with a vibrant art style and fast-paced combat that feels both accessible and satisfying. The fluid mechanics, creative companion system, and consistently engaging level design keep each run fresh and exciting. Its whimsical world and catchy soundtrack add a layer of personality that's hard to resist. While it may fly under the radar, the game stands out with its rewarding progression and unexpected depth. A delightful experience that's easy to return to again and again. Azure Striker GUNVOLT Striker Pack brings together two fast-paced action titles that feel right at home on the system. Both games capture the excitement of classic side-scrollers while adding their own modern flair, making each stage fun to replay and master. The controls are sharp, letting every dash and strike flow smoothly, and the energetic soundtrack matches the intensity of the combat. With memorable bosses and plenty of challenge, the collection feels satisfying to revisit and offers a solid balance of style and substance for fans of action platformers. The Cub is a beautifully crafted platformer that blends post-apocalyptic storytelling with nostalgic 90s cartoon aesthetics. Its tight controls and challenging levels keep the gameplay engaging without feeling punishing. The hand-drawn visuals are stunning, and the atmospheric soundtrack elevates the sense of adventure and mystery. Each level feels like a lost world waiting to be explored, filled with clever environmental storytelling. It's a heartfelt experience that surprises you with moments of depth, humor, and charm, making it a memorable indie gem worth playing. BLAZBLUE Cross-Tag Battle offers the ultimate showdown. This game combines fan-favorite characters from BLAZBLUE, Persona, Under Night in Birth, and Ruby into an explosive 2 versus 2 team combat with amazing 2D graphics, tight mechanics, and fluid gameplay. Arc System Works has produced a game that will appeal to both fighting game veterans and newbies. Join the crossover between universes, delve into tag team gaming, and compete against friends or online opponents.
Fine, I'm done holding back. It ends now.
OKAMI HD is a timeless adventure that feels just as fresh today as when it first released. The game's hand-painted art style is beautiful, and it gives every location a sense of life and charm. Playing as Amaterasu, painting across the world with the celestial brush never gets old, and it adds a creative touch to puzzles and combat alike. The story balances humor, warmth, and myth in a way that keeps you engaged throughout. It's a long journey with plenty to discover, and finishing it feels rewarding in a way few games manage. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy is a masterclass in storytelling and courtroom drama. The witty dialogue, unforgettable characters, and clever cases kept me hooked from start to finish. Solving each mystery felt rewarding, especially when the iconic objection turned the tide. The updated visuals are crisp without losing the charm of the originals, and the soundtrack remains just as iconic. It's a perfect blend of humor, suspense, and brain-teasing puzzles that makes each trial feel fresh and thrilling, even after all these years. Doom and Destiny Advanced is a standalone game set in the Dune City universe that offers players a new adventure. Players can select from 20 distinct heroic spirits and fight in turn-based battle against over 700 different opponents. The game lasts over 30 hours and takes you to over 1,000 different locals in pursuit of over 100 hidden riches. The online arena also allows users to compete in chaotic waves, gaining 100 unique multiplayer benefits, over 120 outfits, and climbing the online leaderboard. The game is ideal for individuals who have played the original. Madshot is a refreshing take on the run-and-gun genre, combining vibrant pixel art with engaging gameplay mechanics. The controls feel intuitive, allowing players to focus on strategic movement and precise shooting. The variety of weapons and enemy types keeps the action interesting without becoming repetitive. Levels are well designed with clever layouts that encourage exploration and quick reflexes. The soundtrack complements the intensity, adding energy to every encounter. A solid pick for those looking for fun and retro vibes.
What is all this stuff?
World of Final Fantasy MAXIMA brings a colorful, whimsical take on classic RPG mechanics with a monster-catching twist. The stacking system adds creative depth to battles, while the lighthearted tone pairs nicely with a nostalgic journey through familiar Final Fantasy worlds. The added MAXIMA content expands gameplay with extra mirages and challenges, making it a more complete adventure. With endearing visuals and a fun combat system, this game turns simplicity into an engaging, strategic quest full of heart.
Pay for bringing you into this world. This ends.
Lost Sphere creates a heartfelt journey with nostalgic JRPG mechanics and a memorable cast. The combat system is engaging, letting players strategically position characters for maximum impact. Its world building feels thoughtful, with environments that evoke a quiet sense of wonder. The music complements the mood with subtle elegance, enhancing key story beats. Though familiar in structure, the game maintains a steady pace and a sincere tone. A thoughtful tale wrapped in a retro-inspired aesthetic with modern refinements throughout. Knights and Guns is a refreshing mix of action and strategy that keeps players engaged with its clever combat mechanics and diverse character upgrades. The game encourages thoughtful planning while maintaining an energetic pace, making each level rewarding to conquer. Its vibrant visuals and well-designed enemies create a dynamic atmosphere that motivates continuous play. The progression system feels satisfying, and the gameplay balances challenge and fun perfectly, making it a solid pick for anyone who enjoys tactical shooters.
And I truly learned to see.
Cris Tales draws the eye with its vibrant hand-drawn art and clever time-shifting mechanic. Battles unfold in classic turn-based style, but the twist of manipulating past, present, and future adds a fresh layer of strategy. The story stays engaging, supported by distinct characters and rich environments. While the pacing dips at moments, the inventive combat and visual flair keep momentum going. As a modern tribute to JRPGs, It respects the genre while adding something genuinely new to the formula.
Will learn the future is what I choose to make it.
Hero U Rogue to Redemption is a fantasy adventure game set in Hero University, where Sean O'Connor strives to be both a hero and a rogue. Throughout the day, Sean takes lessons, improves his abilities, and forms pals. At night, he must prepare himself with weapons, armor, and traps before venturing into the abandoned wine cellars, sea caverns, catacombs, and dangerous dungeons underneath Hero U. The game is a fascinating adventure with intriguing dialogue and descriptions that emphasize character development and role-playing components. Koumajou Remilia Scarlet Symphony turns gothic action into a mesmerizing side-scroller with satisfying combat and striking pixel art. The soundtrack hits hard, perfectly matching the intense boss battles and moody backdrops. Characters feel distinct, and the pacing keeps momentum strong without dragging. It's easy to get drawn into the world thanks to its crisp mechanics and atmospheric flair. A solid reimagining of a cult classic that respects its roots while keeping things engaging for newcomers. The World Next Door is a puzzle-based adventure game about June, an adolescent girl stranded in an alternate world teeming with magical creatures. She must traverse the complexities of this strange universe in order to uncover mysteries and return to her reality. The game's puzzle conflicts are fast-paced, requiring strategic thinking and quick decision-making. The story delves into themes of friendship, self-discovery, and determination. The game's amazing visuals bring the parallel realm to life, sending players to a world unlike any they've seen before. I See Red is a striking twin-stick shooter that draws you in with its bright red and black visual and chaotic, fast-paced action. Every run feels intense, with engaging gunplay and destructible locations that heighten the adrenaline rush. The combination of roguelike aspects and precise, intuitive controls keeps things interesting and gratifying. Its nasty, revenge-fueled story adds complexity without slowing down the action. The performance is strong, and the visual flair never gets old. If you want high-octane action with a distinct aesthetic, this is an outstanding indie treasure. Amber Isle is a comfortable life sim with a delightful prehistoric flavor. As a shopkeeper in a town populated with charming dinosaur residents, you'll craft, trade, and make connections in a calm, pastel-colored setting. The visual style is incredibly warm, and the characters are full of personality, making every contact pleasurable. As you build your store and modify your surrounds, you'll feel a pleasant feeling of accomplishment. Amber Isle's stress-free gameplay and wholesome atmosphere make it ideal for players who enjoy creativity, community building, and a touch of prehistoric whimsy. Demon Sword Incubus is a surprisingly engaging action RPG that mixes fluid combat with a distinct sense of atmosphere. The swordplay feels responsive, with attacks that are quick to learn yet satisfying to master, and enemy encounters encourage a steady rhythm of dodging and striking. The environments carry a dark, intriguing style that adds to the sense of progression as each stage opens up with new challenges. Character growth is rewarding, and the story, while simple, gives enough drive to keep pushing forward. Tiny Pixels Volume 1 Ninpo Blast is a classic vertical shoot-'em-up game in which players fight legendary bug enemies with shuriken, explosives, and other weaponry. Players may use spread and concentrate shooting modes, unlock 4 hover bikes, collect cash, and upgrade their guns. Each stage has randomized components, original background music, and different themed levels. Players can face 6 different boss varieties and compete on internet leaderboards. The game includes bullet hell courses with bug enemies, simple switching between focus and spread shot modes. Wife Quest is an action platformer in which players take on the role of Mia, a former warrior on a mission to battle the monster females who have kidnapped her husband Fernando. The game's pixel imagery is side-scrolling, allowing players to explore different areas and gain new powers. Players may assist Maya vanquish Morgana, the Dark Elf, and reunite her with Fernando. Mia encounters a variety of monster girls, each with their own animation. The game includes side-scrolling action stages, an epic trip across hills, woods, volcanoes, and caves, and a number of monster girls.
And another one. Thus, the lights
Urban Flow is a game that mixes the beauty of city streets with the difficulty of keeping order by manipulating traffic lights and avoiding crashes or traffic congestion. With over 100 levels, players may play alone or with companions, and they can either help preserve order or cause havoc. To avoid accidents, special vehicles like ambulances and tanks must be driven with extreme caution. Urban Flow includes alternate modes such as the score-based Endless mode and the Chill mode, which enable players to play at their own speed with no rush or scoring pressure. Revenant Dogma is a classic-style JRPG that feels comforting if you grew up with turn-based adventures. The story leans into themes of gods, power, and identity, giving it a layer of depth beyond its straightforward setup. Battles are easy to understand but have enough variety with skills and transformations to stay engaging. The retro-inspired visuals and music add to its charm, making it feel familiar yet fresh. It's not trying to reinvent the genre, but instead offers a solid and enjoyable journey that's easy to settle into and stick with. Embracelet is a puzzle adventure game set in a Norwegian town where a little boy named Jesper discovers an old bracelet with intriguing abilities. He sets out on a journey to discover the bracelet's origins and the mystery identity of its previous owner. The game takes players on a journey across the beautiful landscapes of a northern Norwegian island, solving riddles with the bracelet's mysterious abilities. Along the journey, players build new acquaintances and make decisions that influence the story's ending. Sacre Bleu is a stylish and clever game that mixes charm with a good dose of challenge. The hand-drawn art gives every scene personality, and the quirky atmosphere makes it easy to get pulled in. The controls feel smooth, keeping the action fun without getting frustrating. Each level brings enough variety to stay fresh, and the pacing makes it hard to put down. There's a lot to appreciate in the small details, from the humor to the creative design choices. It's one of those games that feels rewarding from the very first moment to the last. X-Out Resurfaced is a thrilling revival of classic side-scrolling shooters, blending retro vibes with sleek modern design. The controls are tight, the enemy patterns are challenging but fair, and the soundtrack absolutely slaps. Visually, it's a nostalgic treat with vibrant pixel art that pops off the screen. There's a great variety of weapons to experiment with, and the level design keeps the adrenaline pumping without feeling overwhelming. Fans of old-school shooters will find a polished, satisfying experience that respects its roots while feeling fresh. Project Helios, a 1971 turn-based strategy game, combines current military strategies and violent combat. Set in a world with restricted weaponry and transportation, the game follows 8 people as they create an alliance to find Dr. Margaret Blythe. Their voyage is filled with peril as they encounter raider attacks, military strongholds, and a terrifying anti-technology cult. They fight intense fights, form relationships, and reveal secrets. Each character's strategic and personal actions will lead them to one of 3 possible endings, making every step critical in their survival. This subaquatic adventure takes you on an original journey through the Earth's ice age, as humanity seeks refuge beneath the depths of the ocean. An adventurous aquanaut starts on an unexpected journey of exploration and investigation, pursuing an enigmatic mechanical entity into the unknown depths. The underwater world is teeming with vibrant marine life, and the protagonist must manage oxygen reserves while investigating ancient civilizations. The Averelli beautiful aquatic world is the ultimate frontier for this brave and determined final aquanaut. Super UFO Fighter is an amazing cosmic game in which Shaforians, or UFO pilots, participate in spectacular one-on-one battles for ultimate dominion. Players must learn stage goods and use their swoop beam to reach the target before their opponent. The game has a number of modes and settings for online play, such as training mode for discovering new UFOs and collection mode for tracking your progress as a Shaforian. You may play solo or with others online, or share a Joy-Con for local multiplayer. Thanks everyone for watching. If you liked any one of these games, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Hope to see you on the next one. And stay awesome.
Because